TikTok, TikTok, not the TikTok. All right, man, that took a hot minute. Hello, good morning. Today is Wednesday, November 17th. Is that right? Yes, it's the 17th. We've got the pre-ACT happening right now. Internet connection's already a little sketchy. Sorry about that, but here we are. We are live. Good morning. Sorry we are late. Let's get rolling. I have not, in fact, pulled up the Google Doc yet, so let me go do that momentarily. We do have a bunch of stuff to talk about as we prepare for this weekend and the break next week, because this is our last show. Is this our last show until December? No. Yeah, the next show's going to be in December. No, that's not totally true. We might do one next week. I got to work on a Wednesday. We'll figure it out. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Happy Wednesday to you as well. I have realized in uploading all these videos to YouTube that there's a pattern in my wardrobe for these shows. So I think I'm just going to go with it. And thanks to Tina Fey, on Wednesdays, we wear pink. So there's that if you want to join the club. Midweek updates. Here we go. All right, so to start out, the big thing that I want to talk about right up front, well, we'll start with this first, which is today is the pre-ACT. It's happening right now. All of our sophomores are down there. If your student is a sophomore and is not here, there will be one more administration on January the 20th. I'm going to pull that back up real quick to make sure I'm not lying to you. There was a date in December, but that has been removed, and now we are pre-ACT only. Hey, what's up? We are live.
So December 10th?
Yeah.
CPR, do we need to repeat that?
Yeah, sure, come on.
Okay.
Let me just talk over my shoulder real quick. So December 10th, again, this is a reminder, December 10th, the seniors are doing CPR here on campus during the day. They'll get pulled out of class for 15, 20 minutes to knock it out, and then they'll go back to class.
Yes.
Right on.
And there's an online portion that they will start taking next week.
Oh, okay.
And it's come in with an appointment to do this.
So they got to do the online portion to be ready for the... Okay, so that's a note for everybody. The seniors will have an online CPR set to do prior to their on-site thing on December the 10th.
They'll be in Canvas starting next week.
They'll be on Canvas starting on Monday, so check it out. Right on. Thanks, Mr. Flowers.
Yes, sir.
All right, pre-ACT is happening now. The makeup is January 20th. And then, yeah, here's the big fun thing. Friday. Friday, there's a lot going on. The fall play premieres tomorrow, Thursday, at 7 p.m. here in the auditorium. I'm very excited to see live theater again. I'm very excited because of how detailed and rich the set is. I've only been able to see portions of it behind the screen, and it just looks incredible. It might not be you. I might be cutting in and out every few seconds because the Wi-Fi has been inconsistent. So I would actually love it if somebody else could verify Miss Thompson's thing. Okay, so it seems okay. This is a very cool thing that I'm seeing. Some of you, I don't know if you can see it in the chat, but Miss Thompson, Miss Tanner, both have these 1-year anniversary badge. So thanks for following Millbrook High School for the last year. And then it looks like Miss Milford just followed us and has the flag badge. Okay, we're going to try this for a little bit longer. If it's really bad, let me know, and we will try a different strategy. In fact, I'm going to ask, we're going to do this because I think this is still an option. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. We're going to do a poll, which is your connection good or bad? And the first option is going to be good. And the second option is going to be bad. And I can get actual feedback from you guys. Save. Go away. But did that poll go out? That is my question. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's getting better. Well, Well, the good news is I'm trying to not miss anything. How do I create a poll? This used to be easier. Your connection is good, bad. There is no correct answer. I just need to save. Oh yeah, here we go. Activate poll. So we'll see. I have sent a poll out in the chat, I think. So if you are here and live and can complete the poll, it would help me understand what that looks like. Bad. Wow, 63% are reporting that we have a bad connection. I don't have a great immediate solution, to be honest. It's coming back. We're going to power through for now. I've got some people that say it's fine, so I think the recording will work out okay, and I don't want to keep everybody here forever, just so I can feel better about how quality this presentation is. That being said, if you are having issues and you miss something, then let me know. The poll thing is very cool now that I finally figured it out. Okay, the play opens on Thursday. We're starting over. Pre-ACT is happening now. The pre-ACT makeup is on January the 20th. This week, Thursday is the premiere of the fall play. The set looks amazing. The kids have been working crazy hard, and I'm excited to see live theater again. Friday, the play is at 7. We also have playoff football versus Rolesville. It is a huge game. It's the third round. We've played Rolesville already. They're going to roll their crowd out deep. Here's what's important. Parking here is going to be a challenge. There are going to be many people here for the game and the play. Please factor that into your planning. Also, please note, there's a yellow line on the service road behind the school. The yellow line is on the side of the road closest to the building. My understanding is that you should not park inside of that yellow line because if something happens and the fire department has to get here, they need access to the building on that side of the yellow line. We'll verify that, but just maybe to be safe. So please consider parking. Also for football, I actually asked Ms. Miller to send me an email of things that I just need to remember to say, and it goes like this. The tickets are on gofan.co, not .com, gofan.co. You can buy them at the gate, not with cash. You have to buy them online, but there's going to be a line. It's going to be a thing. So our recommendation is buy them early so that you can get there and just press redeem instead of having to stand and do that whole thing. Purchase tickets ahead of time if possible, but will accept credit debit cards at the gate. Ms. Miller, if you're here and in the chat and can tell me if that's new, I would appreciate some help with that. But I'm going to read what she put. Purchase tickets ahead of time if possible, but will accept credit debit cards at the gate. That might still be through the app, but there might be a different thing. I'm unsure. Booster Club passes are not accepted. This is a state playoff game, so the only passes that are accepted are like NCHSAA coaching cards, and even that might not be accepted right now. So what I can tell you is Booster Club passes are not accepted. You cannot bring in outside food or drink. The concession stand is cash only. The gate will open at 5:45. I am gonna, Coach East sent us an email. Millbrook this week. Thanks, Coach East, for always keeping us on our toes. The kickoff for Friday's game is at 7 p.m. So kickoff and the downbeat of the play are at the same time. We love you. It's going to be crowded. Is there a theme for the game? I'm unsure. There's a student section Instagram or I think MEB does that. It's online somewhere. Let me make sure I did all of Miss Miller's stuff. I did. A note on the student section, just in case you're watching. Blackout game is what I'm hearing. Okay. Oh, cool. We can take credit and debit cards at the gate. That is new this year. That's awesome. Student section. Moms and dads and everyone. We have a vested interest in maintaining the safety of all of our students and spectators. We've had an issue at recent games where when we score, kids get super hype, and usually the younger students in the back push people in front of them. In the past, this has resulted in literally 20 and 30 people falling, ending up, and I'm really nervous because the bleachers are high and you can fall in between the gaps and twist an ankle, break a leg. I'm pretty terrified of that. We have kicked students out of the game because we can obviously see them pushing people. All of the time, they will tell us, well, I got pushed. We're not kicking them out because we're guessing. Like, it is very obvious to us. We watch it happen. We also have kicked kids out of the student section for throwing things. You know, if I'm standing 2 rows behind the student section and I get hit with a handful of M&Ms, that's a bad time. And so I'm going to ask that student to leave. In general, we're going to remind students, hey, you can't do this. You need to do this to make sure you're safe. But at some point, we're just going to start removing kids because we have to maintain a safe environment. And historically, there are hundreds of kids in the student section and only a few administrators. So please talk to your students. We are super excited to have them there. I've been at many schools, and school spirit has not been a thing like it is here. I am incredibly proud of what our student section does. I'm incredibly humbled to be a part of the atmosphere here. But none of that can trump keeping all the kids safe. That just is the most important thing. So if your kid calls you and says, hey, I got kicked out, please feel free to call an administrator. We'll sort out what happened. But we're not just doing it willy-nilly. All right, I'm going to jump over to there's a question up here. How do our students get a new ID card? If you're hoping for a new school ID, I think those are only printed once a year via the school photos process. If they've lost their off-campus pass, we can get a new one. I think they need to see Ms. Cooper at guest services. I'm not sure. We'll find out. If it's an official ID card, I think that happens at the DMV, but I don't think that's what you're asking. Oh, you're welcome for addressing student behavior of the game. Also, a shout out, we will address adult behavior of the game if we have to. That is sometimes a thing that I have been concerned with, if you've ever seen me walking around during a game. Fortunately, we've got a lot of really understanding parents and families and adults, and it usually always works out. Kids sometimes want to have fun in front of their friends, and they don't always know where the line is. She might be, but if you want to email Miss Courtright, ccourtright at wcpss.net, and ask her if there's any way to reprint a student ID. I don't know, because they're all printed through Shutterfly, there might be a way to order one through that same code. Like, instead of ordering a picture, you order a student ID. That might be a thing. I just don't really have that answer, but we can work on finding that. Okay, I think that's the only question. Is there a makeup day for the pre-ACT? My daughter is homesick today. Yes, absolutely. That makeup day is January the 20th. So go ahead and put that on your calendar for January 20th. And just a note, Millbrook High School physically does not own enough calculators for every student, which is why we spent all week making the announcement. If you have a calculator, please bring it. We will have a limited number. So just a reminder, if your student's going to take the makeup on the 20th, we'll probably have more available because there will be fewer kids taking it. But if you have your own, please bring it. We can clear it so you can use it on the test. All right, Google form. Not as many questions as there have been in the past. So here we go. Is there an honor roll? If so, is it done quarterly or by semester? I'm only aware of the National Honor Society, but that's for upperclassmen. Haven't seen anything for underclassmen. There is an honor roll calculated by the district. That's a thing that I don't know a lot about. Separately, again, shout out to the Millbrook High School PTSA. The PTSA has been heavily invested in an academic honor celebration at the end of the year for students with a certain GPA, and I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head. The bottom line is, Most of our academic recognition happens in the spring, mainly because we're a year-long school. You know, it's not traditional, block high schools have final grades at the end of the semester, and they calculate GPAs midway through the year. The overwhelming majority of our students only get final grades in June. So keep your ears out for the academic honors breakfast. Students who meet that threshold will get an email in their student email. And maybe the parents will also get an email. How and where can we complete a WCPSS volunteer application if it has to be done on school Wi-Fi? After hours, I mean, this is going to sound weird, right? Like if it has to be done on school Wi-Fi, you can use the school Wi-Fi here. There's a WCPSS guest network that you should be able to access. After hours, my recommendation would probably be to pull into the parking lot near the cafeteria, although we're getting ready to put chains up there so that kids can have more room outside during lunch. Potentially. It doesn't seem like we necessarily need it over there, but we'll see. You cannot get reliable Wi-Fi all the way in the circle. I've tried. I also believe that, again, after hours, if you pull in the bus lot along the sidewalk next to the building, you'll have a pretty good chance of being on school Wi-Fi. The other thing is if you email your counselor and say, hey, I'd like to come in and complete the volunteer application, we can make arrangements for you to come in and sit in the lobby or in the media center for a few minutes to knock that out as well. The 1114 weekly message said interims would be distributed during 4A on 1116, but my child's class didn't get them or any mention of them. When are they going out? Let me ask. That would have been yesterday. Let's see here. Sorry, we're going to go the text route and not the extension route. What I'm thinking is that we might not have printed physical interims. But I do remember that's what it said. Because I copy and paste the message every week. So, I don't think we did, but I rarely know things. So we'll wait on that answer, see if I can get it. We were told back in August that digital design and animation wasn't being offered this year. Do you know if it will be offered next year? My sophomore requested that class last year and this year. Whoa, hold on, there's more. Let me double click that. Coming to Millbrook, he was interested in game art design and digital design and animation as a CTE concentration. Okay, so I'm going to tell a story that I don't think is incorrect. It goes like this. The teacher that used to teach digital design and animation is an incredibly hard class to find somebody who has the background. The programs for that class are really industry specific. It's not quite the same as Microsoft Word and PowerPoint or Excel and Access, where most of us have such ubiquitous use with those that it's easier to find teachers who have the ability to certify kids in those skills. When you're talking about 3D design space, those programs are few and far between and specific. So we had it last year. That teacher left. We could not find anybody during registration that was going to be able to teach that. So we had to make some hard decisions about, okay, who can we hire? What classes can they be to keep the digital media courses going? We are very, very excited to report that we do have a teacher who is not only capable, but is super hype, and I am very excited about having, that is going to be moving back into digital design and animation next year. I'm 99.95% sure. I rarely posit guesses like that, but that, I believe, is what I have overheard. Stay in touch about that, and if you want more specific details on that, I would recommend emailing Ms. Sanchez, masanchez@wcpss.net. She's a little busy with the pre-ACT now and emails regarding the pre-ACT, so it might take her a little bit longer than normal to get back to you. And then the last question is, what are Millbrook ambassadors and what do they do? The Millbrook ambassadors are a group of students that help us with a variety of things. They go on IB Magnet tours with adults so that adults and students can ask actual students here at Millbrook questions. Last night we had a bunch of the ambassadors at our IB Expo. And they do everything from serving as ushers to helping guide people around to serving on a student panel to discuss all kinds of things, because we're really fortunate here at school to have students who are heavily involved in athletics, heavily involved in the arts, heavily involved in the IB, heavily involved in athletics, arts, and IB, heavily involved in ag. So we believe that our best attribute when it comes to recruiting and sharing what Millbrook is just to let the students speak for themselves. They are observant and astute and kind and wonderful humans. And it's really humbling to watch them interact with families and especially kids who are considering coming here. It just helps kids who are in middle school see a vision of themselves here differently than just hearing another adult talk at them. I'm going to make a phone call about interims. 2, 1, 4. I think that one's right. It was right. I got it. All right, I'll have to touch base with Coach Bunting later, but we'll try and at the very least, I'll tweet out. Maybe I'll send a brief text or email later via school messenger about the update with interims. I have been told that we are doing physical copies, but they're actually behind schedule, so they did not go out yesterday. So I don't think you're missing anything. Stay in touch about that if you're watching this, and that was your question. Okay, now I'm jumping back over. So if I have missed a whole bunch of stuff in the comments, I'm very sorry. That took longer than I thought. Is there a makeup day? Yes. Is the school going to offer the ACT for students this year in February? Yes, 100%. It will be in late February. Hold on, I've got the date right here. Somebody already put it in the chat, but here I am. ACT. Why don't I have the ACT on here? It'll be in the end of February. It's very strange I don't have it on here. Maybe I accidentally deleted it. Sorry, Miss Sanchez. We'll get together on that. My bad. But yes, we will offer the ACT, and it will be for all juniors. This is the thing. Freshmen and sophomores, seniors can't sign up for the one that we're going to do here at school. The one at school is paid for by the state, and it's only for students in 11th grade. If you would like to register for the ACT outside of that, you can do that at act.org. Is there a password for the school Wi-Fi? Not if you use the guest Wi-Fi, which straight up is often faster than the not guest Wi-Fi. So like last night, I had to have my kiddo with me for a little bit right before the IB Expo. It's a long day for a kindergartner to only be home for 45 minutes and then have to come back to dad's school, which is boring and doesn't have fun things. But what dad does have is an iPad with Netflix. And she loves Ada Twist. I could not get that to load on the regular school Wi-Fi, but thank goodness for the Wake County guest Wi-Fi because it worked like a charm. So shout out to WCPSS guest. I am sorry about all the connection things. I'm feeling like it was better last week when I was hardwired. I'm currently not hardwired because we've given all of the hardwire adapters to teachers so that they can have internet during class, which I love all of you, but arguably class is more important than this. The delay is not a bad idea. Yesterday, the ACT is late February. Yes, it should be late February. I think we have to do it in February per the ACT. I don't think the window extends into March. There is a makeup window in March, but we will really push all juniors to take it the first time. No, juniors do not have to register for the ACT. They are automatically registered. And again, the school is responsible for testing all of them. So it's not really an optional thing. You don't have to sign up for it. If your kid's a junior, they need to expect to come to school at it'll be a Tuesday in February. Like right now, hold on, I'm going to look. If I had to bet right now, I would say it's probably going to be Tuesday, February 22nd. I don't see it on our master calendar, which is very strange. But I'll look into that for sure. But that is where I would suggest putting it. Sorry for this sketchy video connection that seems so pervasive today. I was having USB issues earlier. Maybe I'll just try my onboard camera next time. Maybe that'll help. Okay. So I'm going to do a last call for questions. I'm sorry. I know that was a lot of talking for not that many questions today. Again, please talk to your students about Friday. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to have a great time, to continue enjoying and celebrating the things that we get to do here at Millbrook again. But be safe. We got to be safe. Oh, I lied. One more last thing, since I still have 48 of you here. We're working on a new thing here, and this won't apply to everybody. We are working on getting set up and applying to be a Purple Star School. Purple Star School is an organization. Well, it's a designation through NCDPI for schools who have specific programming to support military-connected students. You will remember a few weeks ago that the district sent out a form, Are You Military Connected? And it's important for a number of reasons that we know that, but namely it's because we have some extra cool resources that we can give to students of military-connected families. The other piece of the puzzle is it doesn't just have to be uniformed military service members. Most people think military connected and it's immediately Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, which is not necessarily in the Department of Defense. That's under Homeland Security. But also things like the State Department and the federal public health officers. And I'm wondering if we have some families that are federal public health workers that work at the CDC site over in the RTP. But if you are a military family, we would really love, you could just email me directly, cpatton2@wcpss.net. I hadn't said that yet this video, so there we go. cpatton2@wcpss.net. And just sort of let me know if you know you're military connected, great, let's touch base. If you're unsure if you're military connected, let's work through that because we're learning as well. And there's some steps we have to follow to see who qualifies, and I would love to work on that with you. And I'm also looking for a group of families who are military connected to help me understand what resources might be valuable. As a former military brat myself, students who have to transition as part of a parent's deployment or reassignment is something that I lived my whole life growing up and is very close to my heart. So please, if that's you, feel free to reach out. Let me know. I'd love to touch base and get some input from you. I hope all of you have a great week. As always, if you need something, feel free to email me or your counselor and administrator. We love you all very much. I am tentatively going to say that we will do this again next week, though I really hope most of you are just in full vacay mode. I will be here in the morning on Wednesday that day, so we might just do it. Again, come out. We've got a lot of wonderful things happening here at Millbrook High School that celebrates the talent and engagement of many, many, many students here at Millbrook High School. Be safe out there, and hopefully we'll see you on Friday.